All right, everybody, welcome back
Mm,
again. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Uh,
That's what happens when you work full time.
how about it, huh? You got the day job thing and and all my side hustles and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
All of a
I'm
sudden, it's
I'm
like
I'm just disabled. That is my job.
no, no. I got to. Well, that's the thing. We need to regiment our recording time a little bit better. I got to hang on. Minor microphone adjustment
Okay, you
here.
need to discuss that with my MS.
Yeah, that too. Well, yeah, your MS is kind of a problem.
Yeah,
For me, Parkinson's is a little bit of an issue, but it's not as much of a scheduling issue as just me doing way too much.
you're just
Yeah.
living.
Well, the prior to the conversation we had before the recording started would be, an indicator of my, like my dude status. My
You
dude
are a
status.
dude.
I warrant dude status now because, and actually, it's funny when you think about it from a Big Lebowski standpoint. It's actually very anti-dude. A dude ain't the dude in Lebowski. He's got no job. He's got no job. He's not doing a whole hell of a lot. He's basically,
Hey, I'm a dude.
but you're more of a dude. Honestly, you're
I'm
more of a dude than I am. I got a full time job. I got two bands. I got fill in band work. I got I,
You're
I
too
got
productive to be
I
a
got
dude.
a podcast. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. You know I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. I got all these things going on.
Yeah, you're one of those.
So I hope that little ding 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 didn't get picked up, but we'll see. If not, little ding ding ding. I have other things in my office making noise right now.
Mm,
So, welcome to episode number 20 overall.
mhm.
I don't know how cool this is. I don't know if this is a big deal, but I would like to point out something before we get into our topic for the day. Because here we are, episode 20 feels a little bit milestone-ish. It's 20, good number.
Natural
Uh,
number.
since we started, all-time number since we started, we are almost at 1,300 downloads, 1,296 downloads since we've started publishing.
So close.
Yeah, it's not a bad number. It's not a bad number considering we make almost no effort to really market this, which we should. But again, I already have 4 or 5 other jobs, and you're a dude. So, and
Yeah,
you're
when
the
my
dude.
MS wants me have time, I will
No, I
gladly
get
do that.
no, I get you. What I'm gonna do, I need to talk to my boy. I need to talk to my boy Greggy and get him on the case a little bit. See if we can't.
Anyway, what's your problem with the number 20?
I have no problem with the number 20. No, I'm saying number 20. I think number 20 is a milestone. I think
Okay.
hitting. I think 20 is a milestone, and I was just going to say that 20. Almost 1,300 podcasts. We've been doing this for a little while now. We're on season 2. We're doing our stuff. We're doing our thing. Um, like I said, the biggest thing we just got to up our cadence a little bit, which is really on me more than you. But I'm I think I'm digging. I'm sort of digging where we are. So, all right.
Hey,
So today, what are we? Oh, okay. Let me get my little paper out. Today's podcast, episode 20, all the right moves.
we are taking our disabled journey equipment, looking at the equipment, starting with the cane and going all the way to the wheelchair.
I thought maybe we were going to talk about the Tom Cruise movie,
No.
which, yeah, which was really good. Bad, terrible, but there's a couple good reasons to watch it. Um, Number 20, equipping your disability. So, all right. So you have the longer equipment journey here. Really, I mean, you've been
But
through
you
a
are at the
lot.
beginning, and that's what kind of inspired this episode.
Yeah, this is
That
true.
that day that you were contemplating taking that first step, which I
Okay.
think the first step is just as hard as the last step that I just took.
Um, maybe it is because I never really finished the step. Let me think about that for let me think about that for a minute. Um,
You were quite upset at the thought of
well,
having to
okay,
even jump onto this journey and considering the cane.
right. I was so okay. So real quick, little background here. Um, I had woken up. I don't know. This was a couple weeks ago. I'd woken up in the morning, and things just weren't working. Feet, feet weren't working. My I, I will tell you. I will tell you without trying to make it sound like I'm complaining. Every single morning, I wake up with um very stiff ankles, Achilles tendons, everything basically from the knee down just doesn't want to function for a couple minutes. So I walk like I just to get out of bed and like walk to the bathroom. I walk like I'm a 1,000-year-old man, just kind of shuffling. Um, and then yeah, every day I'm shuffling. So
That's where I was going. You knew
yep, I know. I'd read you like a cheap comic book.
it.
So um, once I get moving and I get a little, get a little bit of circulation moving again and things, start to loosen up, it gets better. But then walking down the stairs is a bit of an adventure. That's something that we're going to have to change at some point. And then
Hey,
once I get
stairs
moving,
are evil. I've warned you for years.
yep.
Stairs
Well,
are evil.
well, yes, but they're in my case they're a necessary evil for two different directions. I got to go up, I got to go down, I have a basement, I got an upstairs, I got a basement, both of which are very important.
Mm.
So, um, on this particular morning, though, it was a little more. There was other stuff going on. Tremors were a little more pronounced.
Tremoring.
Yeah, memories were weird. Not weird, but just like not completely there. And there were some things. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what's all this? And I got to the point where I was really struggling with my balance. I was struggling when I was moving, and I'm like, I may actually have to, even just go up to Walgreens on the corner and get a cheapy cane,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I might actually have to do this. And yeah, I was a little freaked out about it at first, but then, in an effort to navigate that, I did what I always do, and I try to have some fun with it. I try to find something that's going to be something that's going to make it interesting or fun.
The word
Uh,
you brought up to me was blingy.
yeah, bling. Yeah. So
That
I
is what that is the first thing you mentioned when you spoke to me that morning.
yes. So I was thinking in terms of like if Tracy Morgan ever needed a cane, what kind of cane would Tracy Morgan get? That's kind of how I thought about it.
I was thinking more Monopoly Man.
No, no. I'm thinking it's got to be something. It's got to be something flashy. It's got to be something, like
Yeah.
because like I was thinking. I so imagine if you will, and if you're not if you're listening to this and you're not familiar with the reference, go find this on YouTube. It's very easily found. Go look up uh, Saturday Night Live. Go look at SNL Black Jeopardy with Tracy Morgan and Eddie Murphy. Now, to paint the picture here very quickly, Tracy Morgan is playing a regular like contestant named Darius, and Eddie Murphy is playing Tracy Morgan right next to the actual Tracy Morgan. So right off the bat, it's a funny premise. And Eddie does such a good Tracy Morgan impersonation that it's really good. You um, and Tracy Morgan, for if you've ever heard Tracy Morgan interviewed when he's not, just the character that is Tracy Morgan, he's very verbose. He's very, he's really out there. He's a funny guy. I love Tracy Morgan. I'm convinced that Tracy Morgan could sit down in front of me and read an insurance policy to me, and I would laugh hysterically
You would.
because it's just the delivery is what it is. So I'm thinking like Tracy Morgan is like, man, I only eat 4 cheese lasagna. If it's got 3 cheeses in it, I won't eat it. So I'm thinking, I'm like, what kind of cane would Tracy Morgan get?
Yeah.
I only get canes that are got lots of bling and work cool, something like that. So I'm looking for the Tracy Morgan cane, and that sort of mentality of an approach is what got me through the day. Got me through the day. And I was looking and I was looking, I was looking, and as the day went on, things felt a little better. So I'm like, maybe I don't need it. And I had an easy day. I didn't have to go anywhere. Then the next day, uh, woke up bad all over again. I'm going, oh man, I really might have to do this. Um,
And I know you were excited about blinging it up,
sure.
but your initial reaction, you were kind of despondent that morning.
Well, yeah. I mean, how were you? What were you the first day that you had to start using equipment to get through stuff?
Okay, you're asking my Swiss cheese for brains to actually think back 23, 24 years, but
Well,
I don't even remember my first game. It's been that long.
okay, how do you think you felt? Let's try that. Wouldn't you have been a little pissed?
I think mine was a necessary evil.
Well,
I
sure.
I, I think my progression's been a little bit more dramatic. I guess since the first time I needed the cane. Um, it's only been 10 years, I think. The last 10 years it's been difficult. I honestly don't even remember it.
Well, let's think about the terminology. Just use it for a second. Break that down. Necessary evil. This is a necessary evil. It's a when your life now becomes dependent upon a necessary evil. What's your response? What's your what do you what are
No,
you
I'm
gonna think
thinking,
of?
Bob, I think mine was a need, is what I'm saying. Is that I literally couldn't walk without it.
Right.
You're fine. You're still walking. I'm thinking, I remember my walking being so difficult because I had drop foot,
Yep.
and most MSers will understand what I mean by drop foot, that I needed the cane. It wasn't a choice. So I guess I would get frustrated because it wasn't a choice. But I
It
didn't have a slow, slippery slide into it. I think I just needed it one day. Or
well
I wasn't going to walk. I wasn't going to take a step.
I watched you walk for a little while. Slow slippery slide was kind of how you approached it pretty much
Yeah,
in
I do
general.
remember you making fun
Yeah.
of me. Yeah,
Of course,
quite a
yes, I
lot.
was there. Yes, I'm because I'm a horrible. I always thought about that. One of my favorite bands was the Dropfoot Murphys, and like what they decided to change the name after they heard about what Dropfoot was. No,
Yeah, exactly.
it's I just
We'll
like you
get to
just
it later. We'll get to it later. But my most despondent time has been the wheelchair. The change to the wheelchair. The the
sure.
the yeah. I needed the wheelchair also, but the need for the cane was more immediate at that point. That I just I did survive with the drop foot for a while.
Murphys.
But
That's not going to go away either.
no, it's not. That's not. I get you said that feeling was gonna live on for a while.
Yep.
I just remember needing the cane. The problem with the cane was that I'm right hand dominant, and it was my left side that is my weaker side.
Okay. So
So that was a
technical
challenge.
technical cane approach here for a second is what because I've seen the argument be made both ways. If it's the right side that's weaker, I guess, or needs the help, do you put the cane on the left side because you're gonna lean to the left to take the pressure off the right, or are you putting the cane on the right to take pressure off of the right?
In my case, my drop foot was on the left. So in that situation, it's better that the cane was on the right, because with MS, with the drop foot, you shuffle, but you swing that left leg out
Now we're
to
shuffling again.
compensate. Yeah, do you remember that when I would swing out to the left to compensate? So having the cane on my right was a good thing, but the cane on the right also provided balance, which was the real necessity for me. The cane didn't help me walk.
Good.
The cane helped me balance. Because you remember, and investors understand, I used to touch the wall everywhere I went with my hand. That drove you great little
Well,
handprints
well,
all.
it didn't drive me
It,
crazy, but you always had it was always fascinating to like they talk about when you're climbing. If you're going to like a climbing place or you're climbing up a mountain or something, mountain climbing or
mhm.
scan, that kind of free climbing, they always tell you to have at least 3 points of contact. And for you,
Oh,
like
I never knew
walking, yeah, for you walking down a hallway was like needing 3 points of contact.
that.
I mean, I used to, walk anywhere like you like the kitchen in your old house. The kitchen in
Mhm.
your old house. I used to when you would walk from that, you'd go from. I used to, like I'd see you. You'd go from the counter to the island. Walk down the island with your hand on the end. Walk to the
Uh-huh.
put your hand on the other side of the counter again, and then you'd kind of reach across to the tall
Mhm.
table to that big tall table you guys had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was like watching you do that. It was watching a person using mountain climbing techniques just to get from one end of the room to the other.
I never thought of that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just know that every house that I ever lived in, you could see, not it's not greasy fingerprints or anything, but you could tell the wall was darker. You know, if you went down the hallway, you'd see the exact line where my hand would,
Yep.
it would touch the wall all the way down the hallway. But you are right. I would go from thing to thing to be able to
Hmm.
touch something at all times. And the cane offered me the ability to not have to do that anymore.
Right.
I will say that. So it wasn't for me. It wasn't a sad time to need the cane. It was just something that it actually offered me a lot more freedom, because wasn't I didn't need to go from point to point.
Right.
But that, in case we'll talk about that, was the wheelchair offered me freedom as well.
Okay.
So we will get there.
We will.
But yeah,
So
but the cane, and I will say I had one cane that I absolutely loved, and I still have it to this day
which one?
because once you find the blue, it's blue,
Oh, I remember the blue. I think
with
yeah,
the
yeah, I
curved
know.
handle.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I tried so many other canes, but I always came back to this one
Did you ever
because
get the
there's so
one
many
that's got the
styles out
sword
there.
in it?
I didn't.
Oh, you should have. That would have been awesome.
I would have been like one of the golden circled
Yeah,
Kingsmen.
the swash
That's what I was trying to think. The Kingsmen,
the
because you know how I love
kings,
going
yeah.
for
Yes, the exact. Yes,
my,
you and
my British boys.
King sword getting in sword fights, drop foot and all. The
uh,
drop foot Murphys.
the
Um,
only the only cane I ever went outside of that blue cane, I thought I'd get blingy like you,
yeah.
but blingy in my case was, oh my god. I went on Amazon and I bought a cane that was all cats, and you probably don't even remember it because I
I
never used it.
I was gonna say I don't think I recall seeing that one, but that would be pretty
Exactly.
good.
It was at the Crescent House, but it was all cat faces.
I want
And I
I want
got
one
it,
that
it creeped me out so badly I never used it.
I want one that's got like a nice like a wrap on it, it'd be cool. A cane that's got like the red and white wrap on it, like a barber's pole. Get
Like a
one like
candy
that.
cane.
Well, I was thinking more of a barber's pole than a candy cane, but a candy cane
Yeah,
would work too. Um,
you could use
Candy
one for
cane.
special
Um,
occasions.
get one that's got like a bunch of dive flags on it or something, or like drumsticks or something,
Well,
something
you
very
think it's
personalized for you.
great, but it is so, when you are walking, it is so distracting to have that design on there.
Is it
At least
really?
it was for me. At least it was for me. I'm also the person that I wear
Oh, yeah. I can
solid
now that I'm
colored pants, because that would distract me. I'll decorate my shirt, my top half, fine. But because I'm always looking at my feet. It's a MS thing. I always look at my feet. And
huh.
so my cane, when I had that cat cane, oh my God, to look down and see all those faces drove me absolutely insane.
It's the cat cane.
It was the cat cane. They called it the cat cane. It was pink and oh my God, I
Huh.
love cats. But that was no.
That sounds
I will never go fancy. My blue cane has like a little bit of a sparkle to it, tiny bit.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. It reminds me of the finish on it reminds me of like jazz drum sets from the 60s.
Uh, well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes.
But I mean, that's as
References.
fancy
There's
as
one
I
of
can
those
go.
weird references that like four people will get.
There you go. But I mean, all my canes. I know there's the fashionista cane sites you can go to, but I've gone to Amazon for all of my canes.
Yeah, ultimately that's where I was looking at was Amazon and Walgreens because I literally thought I was going to have to go to Walgreens to get one just to get through the days. Anyway, but anyway, so by the time the third day rolled around of this, I'm going, yeah, I really might have to do this. And then
Mm.
and then something in the afternoon just like broke loose. Um, I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden, not that everything just like completely magically disappeared. I just kind of started to feel better, and then
Eh,
I got a really good night's sleep, which I'm still is really that is the primary that is my primary difficulty is sleeping, is getting a good night's sleep.
well, we've
Um,
got a podcast for that one soon.
oh yeah, no, with that yeah, that's going to be a thing. Um, but I was, and ever since now I still I still walk like a 1,000-year-old man in the morning for a little bit. And when if I've been sitting too long, like if I'm sitting in the car, when I people must think, I can't imagine what people think when I get, like, if I pull into, like, if I'm on a road trip or something, when we were coming, when we just came back,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting in the car for like 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, and we stop for gas, and I get out of the car, and first off, like just getting out of the car, the noises that come out of me, you know, are just, like
When you're shaking things loose.
yeah, I mean, but my hips are making, my hips and my knees and my ankles are making these cracking noises, like, like
Mm.
somebody, like they're fracking for oil in my legs, and then, you know, if it's like so it's like I got to reach up to the car and pull myself up, it's,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I sound like I sound like Grandpa Simpson. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. I can't get out of the car. And you know,
Oh my god.
right. And then it's, I remember when they used to come and pump the gas for me. Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
so I make my way to the back of the car, which I really really like. So, really, we got a new car. Got a new car recently. Went and this is our first Subaru, and I think when we really really like it. I have one issue with it, and this is the one thing where I'm not really looking for a lot of government regulation on anything, but
mhm.
I want there to be a national law that says every gas tank filling entry point, every fill door for every gas tank to be on the driver's side of the damn car.
Oh, it's not on yours?
It's on the passenger side on the Subaru. It's on
Oh
the other side.
no.
So, and I've just, this is the first car I've ever had where it's on the opposite side. I mean, I used to have an old Buick where one of my first cars was an old Buick Regal where it was actually behind the one behind the license plate. That whole
Oh
old
yeah,
school
to
thing.
flip it up or
Right,
down. Yeah, I
right.
remember that.
Very very aging myself, but every other car I've had, it's
You're
always on
worried
the
about
driver's
that
side.
aging you after the way you've been talking?
Yeah, yes, I'm worried about that. That's the one that's going to tip it in for everybody.
Exactly.
Wow, dad,
That's what they clue it in, yeah.
it's behind the license plate. How old is this guy? Uh, so, uh, so, so, so yeah, but it's on the wrong side, which creates two problems.
No, it's on the right side.
One, one is muscle memory for me sort of
Mhm.
dictates that I'm always going to go to the wrong gas pump at first, and then and which gives Allison the opportunity to point out to me that I've done something stupid, which she jumps all over like a dog with a bone because that's just her favorite thing to do. No, and then never mind the fact, now that here it is, now I can hardly move. I've been in the car for hours. Every part of my body from the head, like from the hair down, is stiff as a board. And I'm making these old Grandpa Simpson noises and
Oh my
cracking and
god.
popping. And
Oh,
you're gonna make me walk an extra like 6 feet around the back of the car so I can get to the gas tank door that's on the wrong side of the damn car. So yeah. Beyond that, I actually love this car. And which is weird because what she had before, I hated. I hated it. The car that we had before this one, I absolutely.
yeah, you did.
It
Yeah.
was. I was. Oh, it was awful. Never buy one of those things again. And I will not say what it was because
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, point being, so I still have that. I still have that stiffness thing. I made the really good investment of when we moved into this place and when I re-outfitted my home office, I made a great investment of getting an adjustable stand-up desk. So I stand up and I move around quite a bit during the day, and then I'll take a break, I'll sit down for a little bit, but then I'm back up, and that's one of those pieces of equipment that that sort of applies to our little experiment here. So um, So yeah, that's for me. It's movement. I had somebody. Um, I don't know. I don't remember what this girl's name was. We were all out hanging around for some music show somewhere, and I just kept moving. Like I wouldn't sit down. I didn't want to sit down. I kept, even kind of standing in one place. I'm always kind of, doing this. And
You do.
this woman, this woman who we had just met that night, um, looked at me and said, I have a word to describe you. I said, what's that? She said, perpetual. And I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, it's not bad. I didn't feel insulted
Well,
by it.
it works. I mean, you look like one of those, like the things that move to motion, those potted plants that always move around at the top. Yeah, either that or one of those
The-
tube guys
I
outside
was going to say,
the sales
what's
stores.
the thing with the fan in it? The
The
thing
tube
with the
guys.
yeah,
Oh,
that one, that's
oh,
outside of Mattress
yeah,
Firm on President's Day.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Do you remember
You
I
just don't wave
ruined
your arms like that. That would be dangerous. But yeah.
I do you remember I ruined you told me that I ruined Hunt for Red October for you because of
Do you
that
expect
guy?
do you
So
expect me to remember these things?
yes, yes, because you were so pissed at me. You were just so mad because I know. So
It's one of my
okay,
favorite movies.
all right, exactly. So audience background moment for a minute from the best friend standpoint. Um, Hunt for Red October is like Wheels' like favorite movie, or certainly like in her top three. Look, and it's a great movie. But okay, so fast forward in the movie to the scene when the Russian plane a um, torpedo, drops a torpedo down, and the torpedoes chasing the Red October, and they're going through those channels and the thing, and Sean Connery's character, Ramius, kind of breaks the rules and does the Ramius thing and is the big hero. And the missile, the torpedo just misses the ship, but it explodes close enough to where everybody feels it and blah blah. And there's one guy where the acting is so bad. Do you remember this now? Is this coming back to you? Where
No,
because
it's
you
not.
see him, you see this guy with this ridiculous face just going, oh, like he's
Oh
and
my gosh.
it's of a movie
Uh,
that is acted extraordinarily well, almost completely throughout. Here's 3 seconds of just bad. I mean, just absolute bad.
uh,
And I always think about that one particular piece, and I'm going, this is the editors making a joke. This is like the editor's little
they're
subversive
in. Yeah, they're in
stuff.
joke.
So
I don't remember that. How
I
horrible is that?
well because I said now look at this scene. Look at the scene in Hunter Road. This guy, oh,
I just
and
was
then
blocking you out like I do
and
most of the
then
time.
and then I said it looks like it looks like the blow up thing out in front of the tire shop on a day when there's something for sale. you know, it's that. So
The
yeah.
people who are listening can't see you making these
Well,
outrageous
right.
looks.
So for those of you who are listening, this would be the episode that you really want to go watch on YouTube, just because this is the one because you'll see me
Of our
being,
absolutely ridiculous as usual.
yes.
Yeah.
There's physical motions that go along with those noises. So yeah.
Thank goodness, because yeah, just to have those sounds on their own. Uh.
I have well.
So
I'm
anyway,
not
so yeah, perpetual motion would describe you very well right now. Yeah.
just perpetual.
You just rock around. You just go side to side. You make circles. I mean, standing next to you is like standing as if you're on a boat and I'm on land, but I don't know.
See, now
Yeah,
you got me thinking
just like
about it.
that.
Now I'm dancing a
I
lot. So
guess
okay,
they're doing the electric
so you
slide.
did you did your cane shopping, and we did a bunch of cane shopping, and you did yours,
Mhm.
and I did mine, and but now you have had to go through extra
Mhm.
steps. You've had stages. You've had canes. You've had canes. You've had walkers. You've had what were those little
Rollators.
rollators? That's right. You've had those.
And I would say that was the next step in the stories because I think of all of my equipment, you had the most fun with me on the rollator.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Um,
Well,
not when I was standing there pushing it. It was the moments when I needed to sit.
well, sure.
And despite the um, warnings on it,
Yeah, that
it
you're
was
not.
handy.
I don't. I never understood that whole deal. Like it's they make this thing to look and operate and function like a chair, and yet warnings on it. This is not a chair. Well, then
Well, they have to put it on there because someone along the way got hurt. But I mean, my best memory of it is, I mean, there were times when I was so exhausted. It was great to have, and I
Mhm.
needed it because at that point, my balance was not great. So
Yeah,
having something, a double-edged thing to lean on was handy. But to get to, for instance, watching football
yeah.
on Sundays, and I had to go to the bathroom,
Oh yeah.
when and to get when I was at your house watching it, to get to the bathroom, I could not walk because you
Right.
have to get up and get
Right.
situated and then walk. So you would just swing that thing around
Right.
and
Well,
take me on a ride.
yeah, but that was also there was timing involved in that because it was
Hmm.
get you to the bathroom and get you back by the time the commercial was over.
Right, that is true. Yeah,
I mean, so
yeah.
there was more, or unless it was one of those games where the Bears were leaving and where the Bears were leaving, where they were losing, and for some reason or other they always seemed to do better while you were in the bathroom. In which case, I would just abandon you in the bathroom.
Just leave me in there.
Yeah.
See, at that point, you could have taken the rollator and I would have been stuck in there.
Right.
But yeah,
Now I could just like put a weighted blanket on top of you and you're stuck. It's like when Thor puts the hammer like lays puts the hammer on top of the Hulk and he can't move. Same thing.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
which yeah.
but
So
that's later in the journey. So yeah, so I graduated from the cane to the rollator when the two-handed balance was better for me.
how many of those rollators did you go through? It seems like there
I
was a
just
lot.
got rid of two of them.
Okay.
Well, this is the funny thing because when I lived with you in Allison, you technically had a three-story house, but I operated on two.
Right. But you
Right.
had
So I had a
three
rollator.
rollators.
Right. So I had a rollator in the basement
Uh-huh.
where I lived at the moment. Right.
Right.
And that got me around and to and from my bed. But the rollator wouldn't go up the stairs. So I kept the rollator. You remember I'd park it right at the edge,
Bottom of the stairs.
at
Yeah.
the top of the stairs in your
On the
kitchen.
top of the stairs. And then we
So
had the
that
one in
as
the garage.
soon as I got up out of the basement on that last stair, at
Mm-hmm.
that point I was still capable of standing up and getting to that rollator. So every morning I had to be in that spot in your kitchen, which I apologize. No, I'm sure it was a huge inconvenience for you guys.
No, we would move it at night. We would move it at night, and then whoever got up first in the morning would put it like whoever was
Yeah,
if it was a day where I had to leave or something like that. If I was the last one out the door, I'd put it back by the chair or by the chair. But I'd put it back by
by
the
the
door.
fridge, by the door. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would depend on a who was home. I mean, don't forget for a good portion of the time that you lived with us, wasn't that during COVID? So I was home all the time working anyway.
No, it was after COVID.
Was it?
It was well after COVID. Yeah.
I
It
was
was
still working
it
from
was
home
late
quite a bit.
2021. Yeah. But you're still home.
Yeah, I was still working at home quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because I
But
because there'd be the thing where I had to help you up the stairs.
okay, but
Um,
don't forget, this is the funny part. This is the third part where there's another set of stairs was also to get me out of the house.
right, but that was only
So,
two.
right, so I had another rollator in your garage.
Right. That's what it.
So
Yeah.
I would go literally from, you've got to tell the story about how you get me from one rollator inside your house to the other rollator in your garage outside your house.
Well, and the rollator that we kept in the garage was the one that was like the most beat up.
Hmm.
Right. That because the two like you had the best one of the three was the one on the first floor in the kitchen.
Right.
And then the second best one of the three, the one that had better wheels, we put in the basement because you had to roll it on carpet instead of
Hmm.
hard floor. And then the one that was all beat up and falling apart was the one in the garage because it was in the garage. And
It
that
just
one,
had to get me out to the car. Yeah.
right. I mean, if we knew we were going somewhere where we were going to need the rollator, then we would take the good one from the house with us. And but
Right.
we'd use the one in the garage to get to the car. It was a whole thing. We had the whole. No, I mean, look, considering how it sort of happened organically, it was actually a really good system.
It really was.
But what used to drive you crazy and drive me crazy was you'd get to the door to go out into the garage, and we'd have the rollator sitting there waiting for you to get down from one step to the other step,
Mhm.
and then you'd get down and you'd stop and you'd have to pivot, and at some point between it was only two steps. It was only two steps, but some point between step one and step two, you would like the drop foot thing would kick in, and you'd be kind of you'd almost be there like stuck, like halfway through, and I'd be like, "Are you got this?" And you would, "I got it, I got it, I got." You'd always say, "I got this, I got this, I got this," and finally, after about 30 seconds, I'd be like, because impatience, I'd be like, "Okay, that's it. I've had enough." And I would just grab you and pick you. I would grab you and pick you up and lift you down to
You
the
would.
rollator and set you down and roll you out to the car, because at some point or another, I'm like, we're going to be late. Let's go.
Well, here's the other thing: is the stairs in the garage did not have handrails.
Right? Yeah.
So
That's
we were talking about me needing to touch something. Once I left the safety of that door at the top of the stairs, I had nothing to touch
right.
until I got to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah. It was the recycle bin. I think was like your
Yeah,
handrail.
I think so.
So I mean, look, all things considered, all things considered, that house was good for the
Mhm.
most part. It had its issues, but we were able to customize the bathroom a little bit.
Mhm.
Some handles and some stuff,
And the
and
three
then
rollator system, we customized that. It worked
three
for
the
us.
three rollators.
Mhm.
The three rollators. Occasionally there was a cane. Um, I don't know. Do we need to get a couple of? Should I go garage? Maybe I could hit up some garage sales around here and get a couple of rollators for when you come visit.
No, because now I'm at the next step, which we don't have much time to talk about. But yeah, I'm on the final step, and that's I'm debating when I go out to see you whether I have to bring both of my wheelchairs or how I'm going to handle that. Because now I'm gone back to that system. I have two wheelchairs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Well,
I no longer have the one. I mean, the point when I had the relapse to end all relapses, the one that I did not know at the time because when I started it, it was just you remember the abdominal issue,
yep,
an issue with my stomach I was dealing with.
yep.
I really didn't think it was going to be any big deal. I landed in the hospital, and when I came out after a month of inpatient rehab, I had a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and a
And,
nickname,
and my new nickname
and,
too.
and a nickname, and a nickname that we've titled the podcast after. So
Exactly.
so silver linings.
I
But
need to focus on that. I do still get upset from time to time, so
sure.
keep me on my toes there, Shaky,
Well, and okay.
so to speak.
I was going to say,
I
so
know,
to
so
speak.
to
I was
speak.
trying to.
You
I
know you're allowed to
can't
laugh.
keep you on your feet, much less on your toes. No, it's Well, it was actually what you said though. What you said about the most fun, as far as like pushing you around and all that stuff on the rollators. I don't know if that's true, because even for as difficult as was, for as much as I was bitching and moaning all the way through it, I was thinking about it over the weekend because of the NFL draft in Pittsburgh.
Hmm.
But when we went to Pittsburgh, I think the most fun I ever had pushing you anywhere was
Yeah.
across the Roberto Clemente Bridge,
Yeah.
because it's got just enough of an incline and a decline, and you start to realize that pushing you up is hard, keeping you from rolling away on a decline is just as hard. Neither one of these things are
It is.
particularly easy.
But we had fun. That
So,
bridge had buskers. It had. I mean, it had
oh
parties
yeah,
on that bridge. That
oh
was a
yeah.
fun
We
bridge.
could have bought. We could have bought water. We could have bought
Hmm.
17 different bottles of water from one end to the other.
We had
That the buskers
entertainers,
are
and
the thing,
it's
and
just
and I and I think that
it's
I
awesome.
think that bridge I think that bridge is closed to automobile traffic. I think all the
Oh,
time.
it is. Yeah,
I know
I
I
think so.
know on game days, on days when there's Pirates games, there is. That was a good time. We need another stadium trip. Maybe do like a
Hey,
uh,
I'm gonna come out there soon.
yeah, I know, but I'm not ready for. I won't be ready for that by then, because we need more than one place to go to. We need another one of those weekends where there's like where it's kind of in the fall, where baseball's still going on, but
Mhm.
there's football games. Like preseason again, where we
Yeah.
could do like a go to like a maybe like a Commanders in a Nationals game or something, or Baltimore and
Come
do
on
like a
here. Out here,
Ravens
my
Yankees.
area's got so many stadiums in this area.
Well,
I mean.
Right.
the
I mean,
Midwest.
yeah. No, I know. I mean, but yeah, but we've been to a bunch of those.
I'm about to head north. I'm doing my pre-trip. For the listeners, they don't know that in a month I'm traveling with two of my kids and a special guest out your way.
Right.
So this upcoming weekend, Matthew and I get to do a pre-trip trip. We're just heading north, which for me is, across the cheese curtain.
Yep. That'll be a thing.
But I refuse to go, was it 5 hours north? I will not be going far enough to go to Green Bay. I'm just going fairly close, not all that way.
How far? Like, are you going past Milwaukee, or are you just going to hang out in
We're going
Milwaukee?
in between Milwaukee and Green Bay. We're hanging out in that area.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan, that's one of them.
Sheboygan. I love Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
That's a fun word to say, Sheboygan.
So
Hey,
this
look.
is our pre-trip trip, but I'm crossing that cheese curtain. It's going to be
Well, I
interesting.
would tell you what I would tell you is take the time to on your way there or on the way back to stop at the brat stop
Yep.
because got to stop at the brat stop,
Hmm.
and then
The
yeah,
Mars
and then
Cheese Castle.
yeah, fine, but it's brat stop's better.
But the
Um,
fun thing about this trip is I have not had the second wheelchair since I've traveled. I mean, when I've traveled with you, I only had the one. And for listeners don't know, even my old wheelchair had two sets of wheels, the
right,
manual and my special fancy
and your power ones,
auto assist ones
autos,
because
yeah.
my left hand is weaker and I can adjust it, so I'm not going in circles all the time. I can adjust it so I can use both hands equally. So that one has two sets of wheels, and now I've got my new tilt space. I fancy when that tilts up and down, but it's more difficult for me to push.
Right.
So equipment wise, we're trying to space wise,
Are you going
need
to take?
wise,
Are you
trying
going to take
to
Matthew's car for that?
yeah. So
Okay.
that's what we need to figure out. So much more complicated than just having a cane or a roll in it.
Yeah.
We need to figure out which and what and how to mix and match to figure out what we need so that we can figure out what I need to take out to see you.
Hmm.
Because we're renting a car, but it is the same size and we will have more people. And we'll do a trip episode of this podcast in the coming weeks.
Oh yeah. Not only
So,
should actually we should probably do one while you're here. That would be you would we'd be in the same room, which would be crazy.
hey,
Uh,
you were just here and we didn't.
yeah, but I was only I was working, and I was only
That
sorry for
is
like,
true.
and I only sorry for a couple of days, and I wasn't
Yeah,
staying in your
true.
house. You're actually going to be staying in my house.
If we make it work, which is what the podcast is about also.
Yeah, no, we'll make it work. That part I got.
But I mean, the wheelchair situation, I don't even, Matthew and I were discussing it, like even on this little trip 3 hours away, it's 2 days. But well, I know I will have to take the old wheelchair, but I'm not used to sitting in it for extended periods of time anymore. I've been spoiled by my tilting space.
Yeah.
Being able to tilt back. Remember, even when I was with you in Pittsburgh, I was saying if I could just tilt back 10 degrees, and most MSers will know this, it would be so
Mhm.
nice to have a regular wheelchair that you could just recline even ever so slightly, just for a little bit of time.
Shout
Uh,
out to the shout out to the restaurant in Canton, by the way.
oh yeah, that
Remember
was
those lovely people who let you lay down in the booth while we were waiting for somebody to come pick us up. That
yeah,
place
just
was
to
awesome.
recline. Well, I'd been in that chair for hours.
Yeah. Oh, I
You
know.
know,
I know.
that's gonna be the challenge will be if I take the old wheelchair out to see you, and that's the only wheelchair I have. I will have to lie down and recline and stuff more. I'm spoiled this tilting space. I stay in this chair all day. It's fantastic, and I can move myself around a little bit. With to the garbage can or over to my fridge. I can move myself.
Can those
Uh,
power assist wheels be put on the Tilton Space chair?
we did try it that way at first, but
Hmm.
because it's not meant to be rolled as much,
Right.
my shoulders were hurting so badly because they're pulled back because the wheels are set so far back that it was I could do it. It's also a heavier chair,
Yeah.
much
So
heavier.
you need more power assist
And it was
and
it was
longer
just
arms.
hurting. I mean, even right now I'm touching it and the wheels are set so far back to reach the apex of the wheels, I have to pull my arms back so far
Okay.
that my shoulders hurt so bad. I tried. Trust me, I tried. I was like that for about 3 weeks, and I could not figure out why my shoulders were hurting. And I talked to the wheelchair people.
Yeah.
They're like, because that chair is not made to do what you're trying to do.
You know what would be a cool little feature for us to do maybe when you're here? I think would be
Mm.
kind of fun. If you bring the Tilton space, if you bring both chairs, let's if we put a podcast, if we do one while you're here, I'll get my phone for the YouTube crowds for all 8 people that watch us on YouTube. Maybe 10. I think we might be up to 10 now.
Maybe.
Um, yeah, I'd like to joke about my regular YouTube channel is tens and tens of people see my stuff because I have like 78 subscribers. This is like ones. It's like ones and ones of people watch our podcast. Um, maybe we can do it. We could do like I'll get my phone and we'll do like a little video tour, a little video presentation of your chairs. That'd be kind of cool actually
That would
for
be
the
nice. Yeah, it would have been nice for this podcast, but that's why I'm trying to explain it. And
right.
I mean, I really like. It's weird because if I could mix and match the two of them, but I did not know that ahead of time. For example, I do like the seat cushion on my old wheelchair, even though this Roho seat is the newest and bestest that's out there. The Roho cushion. It's
Does that mean
I
red?
can't. Huh? Rojo. Ah ha ha ha.
Is it red, right?
It's oh my gosh. No. Yeah, no, Rojo's red.
Is it Rojo? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, the kids and I were just discussing watching a TV. No, the interior of it deflates too often,
Right.
and just trying to get it perfect. I don't know. It just feels different. I just don't like being as mobile because the one thing that, as depressing as going into a wheelchair was, once I realized it, and this is something a lot of people don't understand out there, once I got into the wheelchair, after 3 days of severe depression, I realized it gave me freedom. I was able to move around faster and easier than I had when I had the rollator. I was having fun with that thing, man. With those auto assist wheels, do you remember that? Oh, that
Yes,
was awesome. I had
I
everyone trying.
remember almost. I remember almost launching you out of the wheelchair.
Yeah.
The big
Well,
both
the
wheels.
first time I tried them, I almost went backwards. I mean, it was insane. You really had to get used to it, but they were fun. And I could do so many things for myself
Yep.
that I couldn't with the rollator. So, I mean, yeah, I was depressed at first, but I got through it a lot easier than I thought I would.
Well,
So,
that's because you had me hanging around, which is always fun for.
yeah, you're always a good time.
Yeah, I'm so much fun. I'm so much fun. I should put one of those blow up wavy guys out in front of my house because that just screams fun.
You
You know,
just wanted to do that one more time.
again, that's a YouTube bit. You people got to go. You guys got to go look at YouTube for the visual
The great thing
representation.
is, you not only make the sound, you make the face.
Sure. Well, yeah.
You look like Beaker
It's a
from the
total package.
Muppets.
It's a
That's
total
the total
package.
face.
It's a total package thing. You're either going to do it all, you're not going to do any of it. It's got to be that. You can't look. And most people who know me, and you know this about me more than anybody else, I would imagine, you and Allison, I don't half-ass much of anything. So
No,
yeah,
you full ass
no,
almost
I'm
everything.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I am full ass. I am full ass all the time. So we're running low on time.
And
What
you
else we
said
got?
that.
Anything else you want to wrap up? As far like you have some stuff on our notes here about
No, no, it's
the
okay. I mean, the
Medicare
big thing
stuff,
was just
and
about.
Medicare, Medicaid, and blah, blah,
I
blah.
mean, it is about. I mean, I'm fortunate that. I mean, the cane a lot of people can buy online for $35, and I will say that's not always worth making an insurance claim for.
Yeah.
The rollator's the same thing. I got those for about $35, and you can make a claim, and as long as your doctor says it's a medical necessity, getting the equipment is easier, than you think.
I didn't think
Um,
those rollators were that cheap. I thought they were a
they're
little
like
more.
$35, yeah.
Well, okay.
That's why I had so many of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but we would go through them. You would go through them so quick. It's like we had the cycle of like the first one
the
that you bought,
brakes.
like the first
Yeah.
one because the brakes would screw up. The first one that you bought when you moved in eventually became went from being the kitchen one, the first floor one, to the basement one. And then
Hmm.
when those got worn out, they would cycle. The basement one became the garage one,
Yeah.
and the garage one would finally end up going in the trash. We
And I
couldn't.
had people help me, with fixing the wheels.
Oh yeah, no, I fixed the brakes on them a bunch of times,
Yeah, you did a lot. Yeah.
and then I unfixed the brakes a couple of times just because I wanted to see what would happen.
So,
That
I
was
mean, I
fun.
could
That
have
was
made
just
it.
for my own entertainment, really.
I mean, I had to weigh the need for, there are better quality ones out there that
Sure.
make a claim and still have to pay 10 to 20%.
Yep.
Was it worth it? Or just buying these $35 ones that would last a year or two,
Yeah.
you know? So, I mean, I would just handle it that way. And even when I think back to my first wheelchair, um, I told my doctor I needed it, and their office handled it. And they brought in a company that came to my house and measured me for it. Um, be sure if everyone out there, you need to get measured perfectly for this chair. The first one, I now realize that guy did not know what he was doing. Um, because now that I've been treated to having the higher quality chairs, they're so fantastic. But then again, I'm not covered by Medicaid and Medicare, so I don't pay anything. And the wheelchair clinic at Mary Joy just kind of measures me and tells me what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
And me, I just go along with it, and it's been okay so far. Not complaining, but I'm fortunate to have an actual wheelchair clinic
Right.
that does everything for me at Mary Joy. So,
Yeah. I don't know if
uh,
you. I don't know. I don't know if you'd even have that here. Like we'd have to go somewhere. We have to go to we'd have to go to Philadelphia or Baltimore or somewhere probably for that. I don't know. And which is weird because there's a lot of old people here. A lot of old people that would really require some chairs.
yeah,
And the like you've been here before. The the accessibility here is actually very good. I mean,
fantastic.
they encourage people to go, like they have wheelchair access, like accessible beaches and all kinds of stuff. So it'll be fun when you get here. We're gonna do stuff.
But see, we've discussed this. I mean, when would go into the city for
Yeah.
Loyola or for Northwestern, I mean, that's an hour trip, hour
Sure.
and a half.
Yep.
You've got Johns Hopkins 2 hours away.
Oh, I know.
You've got Philadelphia 2 hours away.
Yeah. I know. I know. I mean,
So
trust.
I'm
Christiana's like
sure,
an hour and a half in Wilmington.
but distance-wise, I know it seems farther for you because for me, Chicago's right there, but the traffic to get into the
Right.
city.
It's 2 hours to get there because it's 2 hours to get there, but
Right.
it's only 15 miles. And, well, for me, like 40 miles. For me,
Right.
it's
So I'll be
80
happy
miles.
to drive into Philly or Johns Hopkins if I can find a clinic. And I know Johns Hopkins has an MS clinic.
Sure.
I know that Philadelphia has a clinic that's
Y-
pretty well known.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure they've got, you know, if you can find some place that can help you wade through the insurance, by all means, it is so worth it.
Yep.
You know. Are you dancing? What are you doing? You're doing your little.
I'm trying. Actually, I'm trying to. While I'm doing this, I'm moving my knees and my feet and my ankles, trying to keep
Well,
because if I
yours is popping your head or
yes,
something there
yeah,
too.
because that and I got some. I don't know, just some music in my head.
You got
Uh,
music in your soul, man.
music in my everything. All right,
So the
so
best thing is to find
somebody that can
someone or
help.
something that can help you wade through the insurance. Um,
Yeah.
if the DME, the durable medical equipment, is worth not just buying um, replacement, something you don't have to worry about the insurance. But when you get to the level that I'm at yet, by all means,
Get measured.
find help, be your best advocate,
Yeah.
look out for yourself.
I hadn't thought about. I really hadn't thought about how important it was to be measured for a wheelchair until you explained it to me. I'm thinking. I always thought just a wheelchair is
Yep.
a wheelchair. You know.
Your hip to knee, your knee to foot. I mean, next time you look at my wheelchair, it's a thing of beauty.
Oh
This
yeah. No, I
current
know it.
my tilt space is
It's
measured
very hip.
specifically to me.
Yep. It's very hip.
So, hmm
Oh.
but
All
that's
right.
all. That's the big thing. Advocate for yourself and
Absolutely.
do what's best for you,
Right.
not you, listeners, you.
I know. Right. What about All right. I think are we good? Did
Yeah,
we
I
have a
think we're
oh,
good.
you know what? Wait a minute. Let's see. Did we have a did we have a wheels and shaky word of the show, word of the day or week or whatever it is? There's no big
I,
there's no
I mean, this one would be a term. I'd say DME, durable medical
durable
equipment,
med equipment. Sure. Okay. That's
because
three.
know what that is because that's what you're gonna have to look for
Yeah, fair enough.
in your insurance requirements. Know what DME.
All right. And product wise, wheelchair clinics. It's not a product. That's your products this time. Wheelchair clinics. Talk to those. Talk to
Find
friends.
one, get
Find
one,
one.
love one.
Find one. You yeah. Learn it. Love it. Live it.
Mhm.
All right. I think are we done?
I think we're good.
I think we're done. All right. Well, cool. Wheelsandshaky.com, I think maybe is up and operational because that's always a
I
50-50
updated
proposition.
today.
I don't know if it's I don't know what has a better track record, wheelsandshaky.com or the ice cream machines at McDonald's. And then yeah, thank you for playing.
Now I want ice cream. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, go to McDonald's and then they won't have it.
Best diet ever.
Yes. So yeah, wheelsandshaky.com. If you have ideas for us, products for us, things to look at, any ideas, if you just want to reach out and say hi, send us a letter, send us a note, send us some love. Wheels at wheelsandshaky.com will get you to one of us. Shaky at wheelsandshaky.com. Info at wheelsandshaky, I think, also exists. So you can send us something there. Check us out on YouTube. YouTube Wheels and Shaky can be easily found. And of course, if you are listening to us on a podcast, you already know how to find us. Please tell your friends. I've had a wonderful. I have a wonderful new coworker who has been listening to us, and he has been telling some of his friends about us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out to my guy Alan, and um, be good, be well, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and
Hmm.
say
And
goodbye,
just
Wheels.
keep rolling.
There you go. That's a good one. Say goodbye, Wheels.
Bye now. I'm never going to do it the way you want me to do it.
You did it once, perfect. Say goodbye,
And
Wheels.
I'm never going to do it again. No.
God.
I'm
All
not
right,
doing what you say.
all right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you next time. Later.